Hi there! I am here with our friend Charlotte in
Hi.
4th grade. Charlotte, what are we drawing today?
An angry dinosaur eating meat.
An angry dinosaur eating, are we doing a plant?
Oh yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
plant.
No, you're all good. Okay, let's draw our angry dinosaur. How would you like to start, Charlotte?
Let's start with the horns.
Okay, sounds good. So when I draw the horns, I kind of am making some triangles, just like what Charlotte's doing. Mine are a little bit more wiggly. Both of our drawings are going to be different, and that's what makes them so special, because this is art. Okay, so I have 2 horns coming out. And Charlotte, I love how I see you adding those tiny little lines to show detail too. Very nice. What's our next step?
Let's do the head.
All right, so we are drawing a triceratops right now, and triceratops have kind of a crown around the back of their head. So I'm having a line kind of curve up and make sort of a upside down U shape going around here to make the shape of the head.
And then the tongue and then.
Yeah, so I'm gonna make a ridge to make the top of the head and a little bit of a nose as well. And then he actually has a 3rd little horn at the end of his nose, so we're gonna add that too.
Right there?
Yeah, you got it. It's a cute little tiny horn. Okay, so I'm having his mouth curved down, and for me, I'm having his mouth open too. So I'm having my line curved up like this.
Ooh,
To show the shape of his mouth. Oh yeah, that reminds me of the curve in yours too. So then his mouth is gonna be open down here, so I have a new line coming out, and I'm gonna curve it like that. And it looks like he's sticking his tongue out in the picture that we're looking at right now. So we're gonna have his tongue stick out.
And then
Okay.
there's a small triangle in his tongue.
It's a tiny triangle in his top. Okay. All right, Charlotte.
Let's do the body.
Okay, let's do it. So he has a pretty big body, right? So I'm having a line stretch back across his back and then come down to make the tail.
Oh my god, that's what I'm doing.
Perfect, look at us on the same page. Then I'm having my line curve up a little bit. But I'm gonna kind of, for me, I'm gonna stop where the tail is because I wanna be able to add his legs separately. But you could do it differently too, of course. So I'm gonna add a leg over here. And then I'm gonna add another leg over here. You'll notice when you draw animals, there's usually kind of a rounded shape here. Oh, he looks great, I love him. There's kind of a rounded shape here, and then I'm gonna curve my line down and make his little feet.
He has like black nails.
He does, yeah. That's a good observation, noticing that he has nails like that. Okay. So now that I've done this, I'm just making a line in between to connect. And I'm gonna add his other foot too. I'm gonna add a line here. And then I'm adding his extra foot over here too. So this foot is behind his body, so when I made it, I waited to add the foot. You could do it a different way if you'd like to. I'll add his little claws.
Belly.
Very nice. And I noticed you're adding something in the middle of his belly. What are those? Little stripes?
His lines.
Yes. That was a really smart choice because it helps show where his belly is and where the rest of his body is. So we're adding some little lines going across his belly to show where that is. Okay.
Let's do the horns.
Okay, sounds
Like
good.
those.
Yes. So he has lots of little horns going down his body, right?
Yeah.
So we're gonna add some little horns all the way down his back, and to make them, I'm just making a little upside down V's going all the way down. Can give him lots of little tiny horns.
And it starts about there, and then he has too many horns.
He has a lot of horns. I'm adding some extra little ones in here too. So little tiny horns go all the way down his back and around his head too. He's an herbivore, right? So he only eats plants, but I don't know. I don't think he's someone I'd want to mess with too much.
No, because they can poke you.
Yeah. All right.
Might not eat you though.
I'm noticing one thing I think we should add to his face. Should we give him an eye?
Yeah.
So I'm just adding one eye because we're looking at him from this side, so his other eye would be blocked. But because he is looking a little bit angry, I'm gonna give him a really tiny little dot in his eye to show that he looks a little bit angry. And he's kind of got, ooh, I like, Charlotte, how you have that line going up like that to make his eyebrow. That was smart. That also makes him look a little bit angry. Good idea?
Nose. Thank you.
Yes. A little nose. All right, should we move on to the plant?
Yeah.
Okay. Wonderful.
Wait, I have an idea. We can trace it.
We could trace it. That's true.
You can do it first.
Okay. So how about you trace it, and while you're tracing it, I'll walk through my steps for how I would draw it so people can see it, how they can draw it even if they don't have it to trace. So if I'm making this plant, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make some lines coming out of the ground. So I'm having my ground be about here. I'm having some lines come up out of the ground, and out of the top of the lines, I have some of these like crazy shapes that stick out in a bunch of different ways, kind of like a star would. So I have all these lines that are curving around, and they're kind of just making a bunch of U shapes in a circle, right? If you want to try tracing it like Charlotte is during choice time, you can get this plant from our inspiration station, and you can try it out then. I'll do a couple more. And then I'm also going to add some little bits of grass on the ground too. So I'm making a line with some grass along the bottom.
Whoa, you're so good.
Yours does too. So now that you've got your dinosaur, there's plenty more you could add too, right? If you wanted to during choice time, you could even color it in, which I think me and Charlotte are gonna do right now. How's that sound, Charlotte?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
And you can make it your own color.
Absolutely.
It doesn't have to be orange like in the picture.
Yeah.